Hello and welcome to the Bentleigh Report in December 2022. I'm Gary Peer.
I'm Leon Guzenfitter.
You are indeed, and Leon, it's all happening in and around Bentleigh.
It is.
We had a fun auction on the weekend. I've got to say, 32 degrees or 31 degrees, not a great time to be in a jacket and tie. And I've got to say, whilst I love doing auctions, I was a little bit envious of you and your shirt there while I had my jacket on, which I just felt as a professional I had to. Jacket and tie, 30 degrees. Probably not much fun, and we did a few auctions inside, but one we did outside I couldn't resist because of the great garden. It was this beautiful house in Begg Street in Bentleigh East. Tell us a bit about what happened there.
It went off, didn't it? It sort of felt we're in spring 2021 where you rock up to an auction, you think 2 or 3 buyers, you actually had 5.
Absolutely.
And that's what we had on this occasion. And probably a theme of success in terms of property types where this was a turnkey home at 21 Begg Street, which we've probably got behind us on the screen now. And it was a simple purchase in the sense of they move out their furniture, you bring in your furniture, and there's no money spent, you enjoy. And I'm feeling, I don't know if you're seeing that, Gary, but that property type's probably come off the least, if at all, compared to what things have done so in the rest of the market. Yeah,
it seems that the true... comfortable, I won't say high-end luxury, but comfortable. Well, I think it is. I think it's a beautiful home. I'd probably say luxury. I don't.
It was an 11-year-old renovation,
luxury, but it's a luxury home. It was done 11 years ago. The vendors did a beautiful job, and they're wonderful people, and well done to them. But they got just such a great result, and. We talked about the price? So
we can talk about the price. It was 1,601,000
against the expectation and
range. Mid 1.4s we're hoping to get. 1.5 was a bit of a dream figure for them, a hope price, and thankfully we managed to get well past it. And look, it's also confidence. We had 5 people bid. And I think when people go to an auction, no one else is bidding. They're thinking, what have I missed? Why am I bidding? But when they see other people bid, it gives them the confidence. And certainly on this occasion, there were bids coming from left and right and middle and back. People stepped out and came back, and it was bought by a young couple that's going to start their family there and be the next generation to enjoy that home.
What was behind the door at the back? I had to find out because it was. I'm doing this auction for Leon. Everything's fine, and there's like this door, and it's sort of set into the garden. And all of a sudden, I see someone come out from behind it. And I thought, where did he come from? And what is there? Is there like another property behind that? I thought maybe that's why it was so popular.
No, if there was like a hidden camera, it's funny even during doing the opens. There's basically a fence along the back, and in the middle they've just painted. They put a door against the back fence, and it's got like a glass mirrored opening, and it really looks like it leads somewhere. It's just a fence.
But someone came from behind there.
No, he was hiding. He was just resting in the shade, and it looked like he came out from underneath there. But
wondering what was going on there.
People, you'd see the people's reaction where they'd walk up to this fence, just a fence, but it's got a door.
I think we'll get a photo
on it. Hopefully we've got a photo of it. And everyone's kind of looking, going, where does this go? And I'm just sort of laughing at the background, going, it's just a fence.
It was like which was one of those magic shows where they open the door in the closet and something, and out they go.
Probably something from the 60s when you were young.
No, it was a little bit more recent than that. No, it was something, a mystery door. Someone will watch this and know what I'm talking about. When you walk through the door and it was a closet and you get into another world, and that's what it felt like there. Anyway, if any viewer could help me out, just email me on that screen and we'll get some tickets to the movies because I'm feeling a little bit like The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe, something like that. Anyway, someone will know. They'll let me know. Now, I'm going to make a call here also. I'm going to talk about an area and a pocket, which I've challenged you on. But I'm going to make a call here that, people are always saying, what are your predictions? I'm going to make a prediction here as to what the next area that is going to go up in price significantly, that is already moved, but I think is still undervalued, and that is the area off Centre Road near Mackie Road, going very east, almost towards Oakley, because there's been a resurgence of that shopping centre on the corner. Now, there's got Saul sandwiches on the corner, but a number of other stores. There's a takeaway called Beck's Kitchen, or Beck's, which have got the best chicken soup and potatoes, fried potatoes. You've got to go there. You're missing out if you don't. It's only open at 3
We should be getting free stuff with the plug.
Well, I'm hoping I will. And then there's Tahini Neri, which
also
is only
fantastic.
Open on Friday, which is a fantastic tahini and hummus store, and they do falafels on Friday. People queue up to go in there. So that there's been a resurgence, and it can just start like that. All of a sudden you have a strip where things just start, which is quality stores and quality restaurants and cafes. There's another couple of cafes there. And that whole pocket now is really on the move.
Yeah, very low-lying, family-friendly, 1- and 2-story properties, basically. It's in the Coatesville Primary School zone, which is
on Mackie Road, isn't it?
Highly desired zone. And yeah, look, we're seeing strong numbers there. And
I reckon it's a sleeper.
Well, it's sort of that zone that I keep teasing you about, that you missed out on a couple of good buys about 4 years ago, Gary. So it could be now in that sort of pocket where, look, you could buy a freestanding, livable, maybe not fabulous, but a livable family home in a sort of between 1 and 1.25 million now on 550 to 600 square metres land. And I think that when the market does turn like it always does, anything that's got a land component will be the one that moves fast.
Well, we're going to keep this episode in the can, and I'm going to revisit it with you in 3 or 4 years' time.
Done.
I'm putting a prediction, a call that pocket around Bentleigh Mackie, around Centre Mackie Road. That's going to cease because we sold a Glenville home there.
Yeah, a year ago. Yeah, we sold a display home there.
You were a little bit unsure, but conservative, and it ran away. What did it sell for?
It sold for over 2.6 million.
Over 2.6 million.
On Mackie Road.
On Mackie Road. So we're seeing that pocket moving fast. Let's talk about a few of the other sales that we've had, because that was an exciting one. I did get the pleasure of auctioning Jean Street, McKinnon, and again, single level villas. Always sell well, and this was no exception.
Yeah, 1 of 2 on the block.
And I did promise to call out to the vendor, so thank you for the opportunity. Sold for $1,230,000, just a little bit above its range. And that was a popular one. 29 Hornby Street. Tell us about that sale.
Yeah, again, if we're somewhere where has probably gone back a little bit, where could be an opportunity for someone that's a bit long-term thinking, not in the next 3 to 6 months only. It's at East Brighton pocket, that's sort of south of South Caulfield and non-beach side. I mean, this was a livable home, not a glamorous home, but it would need a little bit of love to it. But a full block of land, a comfortable block, a tad over $1.8 million. These were all running into the low twos a year and a bit ago.
Is that one close to the Lancox Park area there around that?
It's not far. It's between Hawthorne Road and Thomas Street.
Yeah, so
but yeah, certainly within walking distance to Lancox Park, and really on the cusp of Brighton, where you can go to Bay Street and go to the shopping centre there and so on.
Now that Brighton East area is interesting for our business because it's serviced by our Caulfield office being next to Caulfield South, our Bayside office coming in from the Bay, but also, of course, serviced very much by your office. And there's a lot of activity. We've always done well in Brighton East. If you want to sell there, let us know. And you've got a house now in Knoll Street that hasn't yet been sold.
That's right.
Right in that little pocket. That's a good buy too. What's the price on that?
$1,449,500, which
got reduced, I think.
Just got reduced under $1.5 million for a freestanding home with a bit of yard that, again, you can move in comfortably and send the kids to Garden Vale Primary, which is literally behind, only a few metres behind the back fence. And you could enjoy Lancox Park with a morning stroll. It's about 200 metres away, so it's a great little pocket. Yeah.
That's a buy. Pascoe Avenue, Bentleigh, sold via expression of interest. We don't sell that way that often, but we do occasionally, and we do it well when we do.
Yeah, look, that's sort of coming into as a way of selling where some vendors are a bit hesitant of auction. We still are very heavily auction orientated or having an auction booked in, but this lady particularly said, look, I just don't feel like I want to have an auction. I want to do it a bit quieter if I can. We ran a campaign and found a buyer. He's been looking for a long time, and he knows who he is if he's watching, and shout out to buying a beautiful architecturally designed home, which is done by Do Architects, who are great friends of our company, and also built by Low Constructions.
Oh, they do a great job.
Yes. Both a beautiful home that's even got improved in recent years. So that was a great sale in Pascoe.
25 Mitchell Street, Bentleigh, never got to auction. Tell us about that.
It didn't get to auction. It was going to go to auction once a few months ago.
Can we disclose the price?
We can. We can disclose it. Maybe
1,540 was
1,540. And look, this is far from a glamorous home because it really is an unlivable home. You can't live in it. And the land size is just under 600 square metres. And to show you, for an unlivable home, still paying over $1.5 million in Bentleigh, which, it's one of the better streets of Bentleigh, south of Centre Road, just running into the shops. But that's your base entry just for basically a vacant lot, which will become soon, I'm sure.
6B Quinns Road, Bentleigh. So the pleasure of selling that one with Jan Dosen.
Yeah, absolutely. And look, that had 3 bidders on the day and sold at auction, which again is, a good outcome for the moment to be selling on auction day and having more than one person bid.
Bidders,
and look, that pocket's also fantastic because it's right where GSAC is. So it's a little bit more western than the first pocket you were speaking about.
Do you spend time at GSAC?
I don't have time to spend anywhere other than home and work in the office.
They love GSAC.
I think we know a lot of people that use the facilities there, and certainly the people live in those streets. Love the facilities. There was swimming pool or basketball courts and netball courts, certainly heavily in use and a great landmark for that location.
Now, there's more than one Mullane Street. There's one in Ormond, but we're going to talk about the one right now that's in Bentleigh East, 2 at 6 Mullane Street. Tell us about that.
Yeah, went to auction. We had one bidder on the day and sold. And
1150
was the price. And again, one of two on the block. Those 3-bed, 2-bath homes. I think as maybe interest rates are taking a bit of a hit, or people are paying more for their repayments, I'm seeing that $1 to $1.5 million price range with 3-bed and 2-bath at least is a very comfortable entry in, where now people are scaling back maybe from 2 million or even high ones who are now getting into that 1 to 1.5 range, maybe taking on a bit of a risk with a bit of uncertainty, but at a more comfortable level. So those continue. I mean, we're selling a couple of those units every week. Even that buyer of Jean Street, we know, has looked at a number of very similar homes with us, and we moved, and they looked at properties in McKinnon and Carnegie, ended up buying back in McKinnon. We moved them around from those properties. So it's a very popular property type to be by purchasers and moving really well at the moment.
Let's talk about some of the offerings we've got coming up. It's not too late to buy still this year.
No.
We have got some juicy listings coming up over the next couple of weeks.
What better present than a home, Gary?
Exactly right.
You can get all this other stuff, all these knickknacks and things you have to buy.
We'll put a bit of tinsel on it for you.
For what are they called? When you do the Secret Santa, you got to go and find a $50 present to fill a stocking. Buy a home.
Exactly
Much better.
Absolutely. What's it called? That when you take the
cracker?
What's it called?
You get a joke in there.
Yeah.
It's probably where you get most of your jokes, Gary.
Kris Kringle.
Yeah, Kris Kringle. That's
Kringle,
right.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I love the Kris Kringle joke list. We'll use them all year round. Let's move on to some of the offerings. 3 at 27 May Street is coming up. Tell us about this wonderful property.
This is probably the cheapest property to get anybody into the McKinnon Secondary School zone. A very comfortable villa unit. And even if you're just being cheeky to buy it to get in the zone for a couple of years, and even if you decide to rent it out, could be a very budget way to enter the McKinnon School Zone market.
Celia Street, Bentleigh East, a great address. Tell us about that one.
This is so cool, Gary, because it's a corner development of 3 single-level units. The gentleman's gone to a nursing home, and it's been in his hands for like 45 years. So it's been pretty original, but it's so cool because it's a corner and there's no common land. You usually go down to villa unit development, 3 or 4. There's a common driveway. Everyone's looking. This is just a corner. It's got its own frontage. It's a great little project for someone who wants to come and do a reno. It's comfortable enough to live in straight away, but I can see someone young and energetic taking this to the next level. Yeah, this would be great.
Value. Good on you. Bentley East, Allanby Grove. That's a great spot too.
It is a great spot, just behind where the East Boundary Hotel is. And if you know, it sold last year for like $30-something million, by the way. So
that property or the hotel?
The hotel, not Allanby Grove. Yeah.
I thought if that property sold for $30 million, it's come back a bit in price.
It has come back a bit. So there is a lot of money being spent on big infrastructure there. But this unit is the opposite of the last one in Celia Street, where you have to spend no money. It's about 10 or 11 years old. Move straight in, really comfortable. Could be a great first home buyer or even a downsizer option. 7
to 750 will get you that or thereabouts. Now, this property has not yet sold, but this is probably our best buy on our books, I reckon. I had a look at this home. I thought it was beautifully presented. I thought it was well constructed. I know the builder who did a great job here. We're talking about Deacon Street in Bentleigh East. Tell us a little bit more about this place.
Look, it's a double-storey, 3 to 4 bedroom, side-by-side townhome, which is about 10 or 11 years old. It's absolutely clean and great condition inside. You wouldn't have to spend any money on it. It gets your kids into that zone. If you buy that home and they are in that Year 9 campus, that second campus, they can walk there safely without crossing any main roads. And all of these properties were selling in the 1.6 to 1.8 range 6 months ago. This is a buy. It's a 1.420. We've had a couple of price reductions. It's almost at an investment price for me, where an investor could buy this. They're achieving rents anywhere up to $1,000 a week. This just makes sense to me. Home buyer, just to live, to get into the zone, or even look at it as an investment. I don't see how there's nothing that's cheaper on the market with anybody else today.
Well, that's the buy. The buy of the week is Deacon Street. Tucker Road, Bentleigh, that's a good-looking property too.
Well, this is a bit of a preview, Gary. This is a little bit of a preview because it's scheduled to go to auction next February.
Okay, first time seen here?
First time seen here. And it's a comfortable home with actually a self-contained bungalow at the back, so perfect from in-law accommodation or teenager accommodation or work-from-home accommodation. And it's been, a bit of a sign of what's happening. It was purchased a couple of years ago. The family moved in there for the long haul, did a bit of sprucing up, made it comfortable, been relocated for work, moved into state, unlikely to be coming back anytime soon.
Someone's good fortune.
Put some tenants in there. It's returning a good rent, so you can buy it with a bit of a return for a few months. But somewhere in a 1.4 range, maybe 1.5 will buy this, and it's on 648 square metres of land with a wide frontage. This could be a really good strategic buy for the future.
Nice block, great address. We're going to finish off with a couple of Brighton East specials. We've got Binnie Street in Brighton East.
Yeah, again, a really comfortable family home in that the west of the Nepean Highway pocket. Look, this one and the next property that we have in Lucas Street, they're in a pocket where there are homes that are selling for $6, $7, $8 million. So the ceiling is raised there. So the one in Binnie Street goes to auction in the next week. Very comfortable with some room to improve. Whereas the one
that's number 33. 33 details are there.
And 35 Lucas. It's probably a bit of an older home, but if you were going to build the forever dream home and you wanted to be in a terrific position next to a reserve, basically directly opposite the road, this is the type of stuff you buy. If money isn't the be all and end all, and you want to build something that location-wise warrants really spending and having a terrific family home, I could see someone building an architecturally designed home there, which would then be worth 5, 6, 7 million, depending how crazy you go.
So plenty of upside there because it's such a great street with such beautiful homes. That's a big wrap on this Bentleigh edition, the Bentleigh Report. We just want to take this opportunity to wish all of our supporters, all of our vendors, all of our landlords a very happy and safe Christmas and holiday season, and a terrific 2023 for all those people that have bought for us or renting from us. Thank you for being part of our organisation as well, or for supporting our organisation. We appreciate it, and just want to shout out to all of our team as well, because it has been a tough year. It's a year where property prices did come back. That's always challenging. We know how to celebrate when prices are going up. When it comes down, it does become a lot more challenging. The work involved is a lot harder and more complex, and certainly it just takes a lot out of you when things aren't going quite the way that you sellers want them to. But good luck to the buyers, because buyers have got probably the better of the market this year. It wasn't necessarily a buyer's market, but they did get the opportunity to buy at reduced prices. There's not many years that we can ever come on screen and wrap a year up like that. So well done. And I'm sure in the future they'll get some great gains. And for those that are selling next year, well, we're here and ready to do business with you.
Yeah, look, there's always opportunity. And, even the fact the market's a little bit tougher now, we're celebrating that by expanding our team. So we've got some exciting people coming to join us next year as well. So we're looking forward to that happening and our team growing and our presence in Bentleigh continuing to grow.
It does,
It's a great area for us to work in. We love it there. I always sort of tell all the guys from Caulfield that we've got the best amenities and the best facilities and the best schools, and we're catching up on pricing as well. So we are looking forward to finishing the jobs we have this year, having about a 2-day break, and then come back refreshed in 2023. And just like it's called a property market because it goes up and down. I feel like we're in a bit of we've been at the down end. No one rings the bell to tell us we're at the bottom. No. But what I am looking forward to is when things start to turn, it goes up back quickly. And
it will.
I'm not sure which month they'll be, but it will be in 2023.
Well, we've been selling in Bentleigh since 1986. We've been selling in Bentleigh, and it's always been a great area for us, and we took it a lot more seriously when we set up in business with you there together.
Celebrate 5 years in Feb, Gary.
There we go.
In our office.
Very good.
Wow, happened quick.
That went real quick. So, and well done to you for finding your place and rocketing up, possibly one of the fastest growing offices in Melbourne, not surprised, under your leadership. So once again, thanks for tuning in to the Gary Peer Bentleigh Report. We'll look forward to bringing you the news again next year. I'm Gary Peer.
I'm Leon. See you next time.